crore into lakhs hours in India. What for? What we are getting? And what it will cause? It will cause what people will be listening. No? So I'll be there, or is it okay? It's okay? So I feel that I should be much closer to you so that I can communicate you and I can take your energy. You are very young, no? Huh? So to take this class also I need some energy and I can get the energy from you all. Okay, good. So what will happen, it will cause lot of dementia, lot of mental disorders, and EMT specialists, now they are happy that after 5 to 10 years they will be getting lot of hearing impaired patients because of the earphones or because of the mobile phone, like we speak for 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes, not always. So, if at all it is, just I am calculating 3 hours, right? So how many years we are spending with the screen? If we live for 60 years, probably we are spending more than 5 years with the screen. Yes or not? Not for what? Will it contribute to your life? Are you saying yes or no? No. Nothing. But this metaverse is a science which is growing for the geriatric people, those who are having mental disorders. And it will grow because certainly, now the mental disorder, if it is 0.1%, it is expected that it will be 2 to 3% after a few years. Because of what? Because of screen time. So, what will happen? But these people, if we use the technology, if we will use the technology appropriately, it will help these mental disabled patients. What mental disabled patient? This is again personalized video games are designed for the mental disabled patient. Am I clear? Personalized means what? What I expect. So for example, I think the temples, so for example, I like Lord Krishna. I am connected with Lord Krishna, Lord Ram. The video games should be designed, accordingly. If I am a nature lover, so the video games will be designed as per the nature and as per the places what I have visited earlier. If it is unknown place, it will not give me happiness. So for example, I stayed in Dehradun. I have visited Mussoorie. If I will be getting video games where the background will be Mussoorie, how I will be happy. So it will engage me for a better cause. That is called as metaverse. Is it clear? I hope I am clear. Okay, next. Yeah, my dear friends, wearable plant sensors. Now we are getting lot of things. We are depending totally on the plant. And the plant sensors will give real-time information to the farmers that yes, I need water now. I have excess of water. I need, like other, say, the insects are now there with the plant. I want insecticides or pesticides. All these informations will be the farmer will be getting, and real-time integration is possible. And this is again in top priority research. So, for example, all of us we know that the collection is one of the most important factors. Yes or not? At what time, in which season, the plant parts to be collected. So we can get the information. Yes, this is the right time as per the geographical condition. This is the right time to harvest wheat, right? And so that our yield value we can increase it. Okay, next. Yeah, special omics. It's an interesting one. Special omics, my dear friends. Can you just tell me how many cells are there in your body? Cells. Billions. It is somewhere in trillions. Am I clear? 37.4 trillion. How many reactions are happening in each cell per second? How many reactions are happening per second? What number of reactions are taking place in body per second? Now, if the reactants are there, but intermediates are different, all of us will know that what will be the product? The product will be something else which will be toxic. Yes or no? Reactants are there, but intermediate, do you understand? In presence of heat, in presence of pH, that is called as intermediates. Right? Say for example, when we become anger, our body pH gets changed, we become acidic. Yes or not? In that condition, my product, I may not get the product what I supposed to get. The product what I will be getting, it may be toxic to the body. Yes or not? That is called as, it's very difficult to do the calculation. At present, these things are impacting our health. However, what is happening? We get the clinical symptoms after the 60% of the body got damaged. That is where the personalized medicine comes into picture. Right? And that is what the specialomics and desperately the health sector is waiting for this quantum computing to be established. Now supercomputer is also unable to do such calculation. Can you expect that such calculation can be done? It is not possible. Now quantum computing health sector is desperately waiting for quantum computing to be established, and then only we can do such calculation. And specialomics will help us to understand, individual actually where is the problem. Am I clear? After we get the problem, we are finding the solutions. Clear? Personalized medicine means that is prevention. Yes or not? Or interventions before the clinical symptoms to arise. That is one of the major aspects of personalized medicine. Okay, go to the next. Yeah, flexible already I told you, flexible neural networks. Again I will tell you, how many neurons are there in our body? Neurons. $86 billion of neurons are there in body. And each neuron is connected to adjacent neurons. How many connections are there? 10,000 connections. Means one neuron is connecting to other neurons which is having 10,000 connections, right? And if any connection is getting disconnected, what will happen? Our body is not communicating appropriately to the organs, right? So you multiply 86 billions into 10,000 connections, that is number of connections. At any point if it is disconnected, we declare that our body is a diseased body. Are you yes or no? Can we find those? Now two research is happening. And my dear friends, now the research on drug product, almost all companies, they are investing very less because it is most unfertile land. They are not getting, because as I told you, all over the world, more than thousands of scientists were engaged in development of antibiotic, but we got only one antibiotic after 2 decades. Right? So that is why they are investing in 2 areas. Please remember, these 2 areas are bioelectronic medicines, means they are saying that I am diabetic, that means there is a improper communication between brain and pancreas. Let us restore this connection by putting an implant. Is it clear? That is one area. The other area is that no worry, your pancreas has gone out. Let us throw the pancreas, I'll print the organ, I'll place it in the body. That is called as organ printing. So highest research is happening in 2 areas. Okay? So that is one flexible neural electronics. Okay, go to the next. Yeah, go to the next. Yeah. Yeah, AI in healthcare I will discuss. Okay, please. Yeah, very interesting. Virtual patients. Can you imagine a patient which will be virtual and what will be its use? My dear friends, it is not like that, it is not existing. Am I clear? Only thing is that it needs to be natural, right? And this virtual patient, like, I don't know whether you are exposed to preclinical trial and clinical trials. Preclinical trials means we do it with animals. And let me accept, after animal studies, only 1% of the drug, I am not talking about the synthesis stage, after animal studies, only 1% of the drug can be useful for human beings. I don't know why we do animal studies. There is no similarity between animals and human beings. Let me accept it. But don't say that when you do inform, why should I do animal studies? Don't do that. No? We have to accept somewhere the studies. And second is that when we go for clinical studies, it's very difficult to find out the patient. And a lot of malpractices are happening in clinical studies. And the industries really they are struggling to get. So for example, the drug to be tested with kidney impaired patient. How many kidney impaired patients will be agreed to be for clinical trial? It is not possible. So let us have a virtual patient. Virtual patient, I want, the patient should be having dementia, kidney impaired, diabetic, hypertension, and the drug has to be tested. Am I clear? And people are saying within 5 to 10 years, there will be no requirement of preclinical and clinical trials. All these things will be tried with the virtual patient. You see, none of the drug is being tested with geriatric people and pediatrics. But still we give the drug for geriatric or not. So God is saving them. The drug has not been tested, but we are giving the drug to these people. Yes or not? Bhagwan Bharose. Yes or no? Okay, next. Yeah, I think because very difficult for you to understand this genomic science, but CRISPR technology, who got Nobel Prize in 2018, please read it. It is going to be, now people are saying if I am diabetic, it is because of the genetic differences. Let the be treated with genetic, variations to be removed and to be replaced with the healthy genes. Right? Next. Yeah. So, my personalized welcome to personalized medicines. So, welcome to personalized medicine. Okay, go to the next. Yeah, I will not talk about personalized medicine, what we understood. By understanding the genetic makeup, the medicine, whether it will be effective or not, yes or no? I think by this time you understood what is personalized medicine. Should I touch those points? Can I skip those? I can skip those? Okay, good. Please go to the next. Go to the next. Yeah. Yeah. I think if you read it, you can understand these are the advantages of personalized medicines. If any point you are unable to understand, please ask me. If any point it is not discussed here, you can ask me. Yeah. Okay. So I should not ask to any girl student. One of the yeah, please stand up. Yeah, you. Yeah. What is your biological age? Sorry? 13? 19? How do you calculate the biological age? You have calculated from your date of birth. That is your age. I asked biological age. You do not know. Anyone can answer what is your biological age? Yeah. Please clap for him. Very good. You are in which year and what is your name? Final year. Very good. I never expected a undergraduate student will answer this question. Means, could you follow what he told? That means how my body behaves at present. Right? If my age is 50, if I am behaving like a 40, my body is behaving like a 40, that means my biological age is 40. Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar. Both are classmates, no? Are yes or not? Vinod Kambli, if you see, he looks like more than 60 years. And Sachin Tendulkar still is very much fit. Yes or not? Vinod Kambli spends his time in hospital. Sachin Tendulkar still he spends time in field. That is the difference. That is the because of the biological age. Right? Very good. So that is, yeah. Of course, no one will be answering this one. Do you know any smokers? Your friends must be some smokers, no? No one? Oh, very good. Very good. I must appreciate. Okay. Good. What are the advantages of smoking? I asked. What are the advantages of smoking? Please be very interactive. I am very friendly in the class. Yeah. Advantages. Yeah. Please surprise me, like Priya surprised me with his answer. Okay. If you are not able, you want to answer? Okay, good. Yes, you want to answer? Dopamine? That is the effect. Okay. I'll tell you, I'll make your life easy. Actually, the smokers, they will never be old.
Sir, there is no such advantage, but people believe that it reduces.
Yeah, I'll tell you the most advantage. I'm telling you. The most advantage is that they will never be old. Do you agree? No? They have booked their ticket at the age of 60. Very rarely the smokers can live more than 60. That is what the most advantage. So, what I mean to say that, if you will, from that childhood, now for all of your information, the disease can be predicted. I am talking about the earlier disease intervention. Human beings, they don't like two things. The first thing is that I don't like to pay anything to others. That is a human genetic value. Yes or not? The second is that I don't want to die. Yes or not? One of the person declared just 5 days back. What is that declaration? Who predicted that internet will be existing? Who predicted that AI will be existing? He predicted, but this is the prediction. So what I mean to say that from the childhood, the diseases can be predicted. Am I clear? And if from the childhood, if the person will be, to that individual, if it will be told if you'll be smoking, it can be integrated. I'll tell you the platforms actually. What it will happen, if you don't smoke, your life will be 70. If you smoke, because your genetic, makeup is not accepting smoking. Am I clear? The earlier days, few people, they survived up to 100 years, but not at this age after smoking. Am I clear? That was a different smoking technology. Now the smoking technology is very different. We cannot go back and we will not discuss that. Right? The technology is changed. What I mean to say that, if it will be integrated and told that if you will be a smoker, your lifespan you will be, you have to book the flight at the age of 40. Yes or not? Most of the smokers you must have seen, 40 to 50, they will be started trembling. 50 to 60, most of them will fly, and very rare people will be there, they will be crossing 60. So that is early disease intervention, right? Please, next. Yeah. Disadvantage of the personalized medicine. If my diagnosis is improper, right? And of course, it is not yet widely available, not yet widely acceptable. Okay? Go to the next. So far, personalized medicine, say for example, I am diabetic. What is the most drawback with the diabetic person? They are given with metformin. Yes, metformin will cause what? Metformin will cause the kidney impairment after a few years. That is the toxic effect of metformin. Yes or not? Now, if it will be evaluated whether the metformin is suitable for that patient or not, probably we can avoid such kind of death due to drug toxicities, right? Okay, so ovarian cancer, cardiovascular, all these diseases, it has been well integrated. Go to the next. Yeah. So, what should be our slogan? Our slogan should be the right drug to the right patient for the right disease at the right time with the right doses form. Right? Okay, good. Next. Yeah, I think I'll not talk about basics of AI. All of us we know that what is AI. I'll go to directly to the integration part of AI with personalized medicine. Please. Next. Yeah, key area of interest. This is the main part. All of you please listen carefully. Where we can integrate. We understood what is AI. We understood what is personalized medicine. The medicine is not at all suitable for all patients. Whenever we go, the paracetamol is written to all the patients those who are having high temperature. Yes or not? But we do not know, we don't evaluate whether this paracetamol will be helpful or harmful. Harmful is having two outcomes. Direct ticket to heaven. The second is that there may be a disabilities. Yes or not? And organ disabilities means it is a cost for the family. True or not? So, but we are accepting it now. So how AI will help us, right? Next. Yeah, sorry, go back, please. Sorry. First one is genomic analysis and precision diagnostics. At present, if you ask me, the doctor's role has to be taken wisely by engineers. Yes or not? Now if you see a doctor, without using any equipment or instrument, he cannot make any treatment. They are not trained at all. Right? But still the diagnosis is not appropriate, not proper. Now say for example, I am telling you a fact, Dr. Tripti also she knows, he is my guide, my PhD guide. So he got some, abscesses in the brain in 2010, right? And when he had been to a Apollo hospital, the doctors, they took MRS and there was a peak. The peak means there is a abscesses. They interpreted it is because of the cancer. Is it clear? I'm clear? This peak is because of cancer. But he said, he was supposed to take the cancer treatment. But he told his eldest scientist, the doctor, so she told that, take a second opinion. Anyhow, she could get the appointment from AIIMS Delhi. He could get the appointment in AIIMS Delhi. I'm talking about 2009. When he came to AIIMS Delhi, again MRS was taken and both are superimposed actually. There is no variation in the MRS. The same peak, what it was there in Apollo Hyderabad, the same peak was there in AIIMS Delhi. But they predicted it is not because of the cancer, it is because of the tuberculosis. He would have died because of the cancer chemotherapy toxicity. Yes or not? Now, by grace of God, because he is a nice gentleman, he has contributed a lot to many students. That is what God has helped him to survive. That is the asset of a teacher also. And he took the anti-tubercular treatment and he got cured. What a faulty diagnosis. And still, if you see, the errors by the physician is very high. We are unable to prevent the errors. Now, this diagnosis, you see, I'll tell you what are the platforms also. In next slides, what are the platforms existing. Now these, that time the physicians also predicted. Now these images can be placed in the platform. Am I clear? AI platforms. And it will predict whether this peak is because of the lipids or because of the proteins, and from there we can make a prediction that whether it is a tuberculosis or it is a cancer without having any error. An individual can do errors. However, if the instrument is trained properly, I am using the word trained properly, certainly we can say that the error, it will be errorless. I hope I am clear. That is called as, that lot of algorithm is there that can rapidly analyze complex genetic data to identify individual disease risk. In terms of my childhood, somebody would have told me that at the age of 40 you will be diabetic. Then certainly I would have started doing exercise at the age of 10 or 12. Yes or not? From my genetic, now for your kind information, I asked you the biological age, no? The instruments are there to determine your biological age. It will be exactly telling you what is your age. Am I clear? And the platforms are there which can predict the disease even from the childhood. Clear? And treatment personalization. Treatment personalization means analyzing patient-specific data to get optimal treatment protocol. My dear friends, treatment protocol is not easy. When I talk about personalized medicines, personalized means, say for example, I'm a smoker. Okay? Do you think that the drug will be effective like a non-smoker? There may be some changes. What will be the changes? That we do not know. Yes or not? But if it can be integrated, how good it will be. Am I clear? And the second one is that, say for example, in one of the platform I told, it was a different platform that the insurance agencies, they called me as a guest, how the insurance agencies to collaborate with the institutions. That time I told you, I am just giving you one hint. So for example, you are taking a policy. I think your parents must have taken health insurances. Am I clear? As soon as you will declare that I am alcoholic and I am a smoker, the policy, it will be charged more. Right? Do you know or not? It will be charged more. But if you say that I am doing exercise every day, no benefit you will get. And who does the exercise every day? The insurance people, they know that the person will be living longer and less diseases will be there. But do I get any benefit? Yes or not? But that time they asked me, sir, how will you know that you are doing exercise or not? As soon as I declare the benefit, everyone will claim that I am doing exercise. Are yes or not? Now I told, wearable devices are there, which will tell you, and wearable devices, nowadays there is no privacy at all. So many eyes are there which is tracking you. Yes or not? So this wearable device can speak about your exercises. So these things can be integrated. Go to the next one. Yeah. Disease detection, I told you, the science is well established to detect the disease at the early stage. It can predict that yes, you are prone to hypertension. Okay? Now say for example, if you see that a general question, men are living longer or women are living longer in India? Yes? No idea? Who are living longer? Men or women? In India, I am talking about in India. Women? Okay, good. Very good, very good. Now, if women are living longer, who is healthier? Men. But how they live longer? If women are not healthy, how they live longer? It's very mismatching, no? Yes or no? Do the analysis. Do the analysis. And if you will see that in most of the houses, you will find the women, they live with lot of pain. First it starts from knee joints. Yes or no? Yeah. So, their old age period is more. Yes or not? If you live with pain, that means you are approaching the old age and your span in the old age is more. So an intelligent person should, what he should wish that my adult age should be more as compared to my old age. So that's the slogan you should carry today. What you should say to you, that I will expand my adult age and minimize my old age. Right? Now for that, use artificial intelligence and it will give you whatever guidances. Beautiful guidance you will get it. Okay? Otherwise you know people. You know what to do. Okay? Now, very interesting, Indians, you will find it, like central obesity is maximum in India. Yes or not? Central obesity, you understand? The belly is very projected belly. Yes or not? Yes. But Japanese, they eat more. Yes or not? But they have uniform, very stout. But Indians are almost after 40, you can tell that he is 40 if he is having a projected belly. And women are very, at the age of 30, 35, they are into that category. Right? Most, not all. So what I mean to say that there is some problem in India. Yes or not? We eat less as compared to Japanese. But however, the central obesity is maximum in India. What is the reason? And what are the precautions to be taken? Yes or not? Central obesity is most dangerous as compared to whole body obesity. Because all the vital organs are there in the central part. Clear? So now, so that is what early detection, you know, clinical decision support. Clinical decision support means, you know, today all of you go home, either you must be using some generative AI platforms. I think all of you are using ChatGPT and all. DeepSeek, yes or not? Okay, anyhow, you are using something. You just give a protocol to the, you know, like a patient with 40 years male, am I clear, suffering from diabetic, what the drug to be prescribed, and this is the glucose level. Am I clear? Then you change that parameter. The person is having 30% kidney impact. What should be the protocol? You know, treatment protocol. Just I will ask you to do the exercise because time is short. Otherwise, I would have done this exercise here itself. So, for example, the person is suffering from cancer, right? He is 50. What should be the treatment protocol? Protocol, do you understand? There are 3 treatments at present. What are those? Surgery, radiation, and chemo. For few patients, all 3 are happening. For few patients, before all 3 happened, they have put the ticket. Yes or not? Or some people, they are able to tolerate 5 doses or 6 doses, and they are waiting for their birth to be declared as confirmed birth. Yes or not? After 5 chemo, it is not permissible. Now, what protocol should be followed? Which chemo should be given? If radiation should be given, what radiation, what is the dose? If you see, it will be very difficult at present. But how AI will help me? How AI will help me? The platform is there. I will show you the platform. AI will help me. You put these parameters. Now, in the same parameter, how many people like this patient are there in all over the world? Is it clear? All over the world. So, for example, like this patient, there are 500 people. Now, out of 500 people, what are the protocols they followed there? And out of all these protocols, which protocol could make him survive longer? That is what, no? And what we want? The intervention is required to make him survive longer. Yes or not? And what protocol? Say, for example, to start with chemo and then radiation or surgery, everything it will tell you. That is called as treatment protocol. Is it clear? I hope I am clear. Do you have any doubt? Okay. So, up to 12 now? Yeah. 12 now? Up to 12. Next. Yeah, precision oncology. Go back, please. Yeah, precision oncology, already I told you. Analyzing tumor genetic profile. What is that tumor genetic profile? Now, our 3 Tesla MRI is efficient to tell you what are the proteins are there in the tumor. Am I clear? Accordingly, you can select the carrier. Carrier, do you understand? The drug cannot enter into the tumor cell. Is it clear? The drug itself cannot enter into the tumor cell. The drug should bind to the tumor cell. And to bind, I should make the drug intelligent with the help of a carrier. It is very difficult for undergraduates to understand this system. But I hope, I think all of you understood how the chemotherapeutic agent acts. Now, if the protein I can understand, it will be easier for me to select a carrier which will bind to that protein. Is it clear? Which will bind to that protein. That is what analyzing tumor genetic profile. Genetic profile means, genetic profile means why it is different. Genetic profile means, what is that? Why it is proliferating? Or it is proliferating beyond the normal cells. That is what tumor cells know. They grow rapidly. Yes or not? So, what is the genetic variations from the normal cells? If I understand that, then I will try to correct genetically to be treated from human. I hope I am clear. Genetic changes has happened. Genetic changes, why genetic changes has happened? One of the reasons is smoking. Right? Exposure to toxic substances for longer period of time may cause genetic changes. Right? Now if I correct that genetic changes, right, then the treatment is easy. Right? That is what CRISPR technology, they got Nobel Prize in 2018. Right? Then if you are identifying targeted therapy option, targeted therapy, what I talked about, the protein spikes. Like COVID, you must have seen, no, the spikes are COVID viruses. You must have seen the spikes. If I can understand the, the surface of the tumor, I can do the treatment. Predicting cancer progression and treatment response. You see, now if I ask, unfortunately many of my family members, they died because of the cancer. And when the treatment happened, usually I ask a question, what is the percentage of survival? Because before the treatment to start, the no question is asked, what is the period? I say that we do not know. Simple answer. Till date also you will get it. But AI platform will tell you, if you take that protocol, treatment protocol, how long the patient will survive. And whether that will be, what will be its response. And for your kind information, now the platforms are around 99% accurate. Okay, please go to the next. Yeah, these are the technological interventions it is happening, deep learning, predictive analytics, NLP, natural language processing. My dear friends, please, don't spoil your summer vacation. Please take a few additional courses during vacation. Predictive analytics, that is most suitable for you all. And in Coursera and all, it is there. Predictive analytic course. Okay? And then computer vision algorithm. Algorithm will not touch. Go to the next one. Yeah. The data integration platform. My dear friends, the most unorganized sector is Indian prescriptions. Let us accept it. Yes or not? How AI will be intelligent? If I put the data. I told you, how many patients are available all over the world? If the patients will not be available, AI cannot help you. Yes or not? What the data we give, the AI will give us back. And for your kind information, AI platforms are updated in every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. That is the beauty of AI platform. Now, if I will ask you to go to work to crack, I use the word crack a prescription, probably you will struggle a lot. Yes or not? I used to say that the physicians, they write in some way, like I'll ask a sparrows, small bird, to stand on the stamp pad and work on the paper, that is a prescription. Are you yes or not? You cannot read at all. My family members, they are into pharma business. Okay, I got one prescription. I asked, what is written? Believe me, I could not read my name. My name is Jagannath. I could not see J where it is written. Okay, I had gone for some orthopedic treatment. I still remember the physician name is Dr. Tejeshwar Rao. I could not read my name, forget about the drug. Then when I took to the medical shop, he gave me 4 or 5 medicines. Then I told, where this medicine is written, please tell me. He said, sir, I understand. Then how the prescription can be uploaded in the AI platform? Can it be? So most disorganized sector. That is what, slow, we must appreciate the era. You see, don't say that I am a BJP man, but I am just, appreciating the PM Narendra Modi states. The Arogya app, where all the prescription will be uploaded. Probably it will help us to sell our data for our benefit. Am I clear? Right? And which will help us to mature the AI platforms. Right? Okay. Next. Yeah. Sorry. Go back. I think the ethical consideration, patient privacy protection. Privacy is not there in India. Every day, if you have the telephone, mobile phone, every day you must be getting 20 fraud calls. How they got my number? Because when I sign I take a SIM from the company should not sell those data to them. But that kind of honesty is not there with anyone. And whenever you go to a mall, they ask you the telephone number. Why you want to take my telephone number? My telephone number is my personal number. And forget about this. My genetic data will be informed to all. Yes or not? Now, say for example, of course, I am a teacher, no one will be enemy to me. But if they want to destroy me, my prescription will be sufficient to destroy me. Yes or not? So these are the drawbacks. Okay, ethical considerations. Okay, go to the next. Quickly I cover. Yeah, real-time patient monitoring. I'll show you some more advanced technology also. Real-time patient monitoring. My digital watch can tell me about my oxygen level. Yes or not at present. My cardiac rate also. Okay. Like 7-8 years back, when my son was in second year or first year probably, he asked me, Papa, can we develop a system where the patient can be identified before his heart attack takes place? Then I said, I'm not a master, but I will ask someone who can help you. Then after 7 days, we got to know that Apple has launched that watch. That means before 72 hours, now the patients are informed that you may get a stroke. So instead of moving here and there, let him settle in the hospital for 3 days if he wants to avoid heart stroke. That kind of maturity is there. Okay? Yeah. Drug development, I will not discuss now. Treatment response prediction. As I told you, I am taking a drug, what will be its response? Exactly it will be working or not. Am I clear? Go to next. Yeah, current application, oncology, diabetes, psychiatric, cardiovascular diseases. Right? Okay, next. Yeah, next. Sorry, it is repeated twice. Yeah, future. More precise medical. Am I clear? Next, sorry, cost. My hospitalization cost will be reduced. Yes or not? And improved patient outcomes will be there. And proactive rather than reactive healthcare approaches. Now, drug is a reactive weapon. But here, we'll make proactive approaches. Right? Next. Challenges, as I told you, data quality. What the data I am feeding, AI will give us back. Then computational complexity, I told you, it is not easy to integrate our body into the system, right? Then regulatory compliances. Now, for example, AI will give us the protocol, how the regulatory is going to accept it, regulatory bodies, okay? The way the technology is moving fast, for your kind information, medical devices, Japan has launched in 2013. Regulatory bodies were not smart enough to approve it because there was no system to identify their equipment. So they have developed the biological kidney in 2013, printed kidney. But whether that kidney will be appropriate for that patient or not, they are unable to do the quality control test. That is what they have not approved. What a great science. Now still, many countries such facilities are not there. India was sleeping nicely. They got up in 2018. Now if you go to Indian Pharmacopoeial Commission, now few guidelines they have given it in commission side. That is mainly for pacemaker and all, but not for very advanced technologies. So technology is moving very faster, but human beings are working like a tortoise. So there is a very big mismatch between the science and human beings, right? Okay. Initial implementation cost. Day before yesterday, I was talking to some other audience. Okay, now these slides are there. Okay, quickly please go through. I will talk it later. Please go through. Next, yeah. Please write down few platforms what it is available. Please write down. Otherwise, these platforms are existing. What for it is being used? Okay. Otherwise, you can take photos. Best is apply the technology. I want to go to the previous slide. Yeah. Right? Go to the next. Yeah, next. Yes. Path AI. Your pathology report, you put it, it will tell you what are the diseases the person is having. Very smart, but of course, for your kind of information, all these platforms are paid platforms. But you can have a look. Freenome, that is a platform for early cancer detection. My dear friends, you will be surprised to hear that whether the person will having cancer or not, it can be predicted at the age of 5. At the age of 5. Next. Yeah, these are the emerging technologies. Okay. Go to the next. Yeah. Now because I have to conclude. It is written in different form. If you want to have genomic data, you can use deep genomics, Tempus, Superior Genetics, okay, and diagnostic, arteries, path AI, these AI. Next. These are the treatment optimization tool. Am I clear? My dear friends, please remember this word. AI will not replace human beings, but AI person will replace a normal human being. Am I clear? And please remember that after 2-3 years, if you are not integrating with AI, either you will be called as illiterate or literate. If you do not know AI, you will be called as illiterate person. Right? Next. Okay, NVIDIA and all. Future perspectives, I think we have discussed elaborately. Next. Yeah. I spent 3 to 4 minutes. Is it okay? Yeah, very good. Star Trek. I think in your childhood, a lot of you must have seen cartoons, flying disc. Yes or not? So let us go into that world. Huh? Very interesting. Yeah. Oh. So bionic eye. The bionic eye means it is a electronic eye. Am I clear? It is an electronic eye which is having recording system. Till that I understand, she is sitting there, my wife records everything. The eyes of my wife records everything about me. but this eye will record everything. And there is a zooming system also. Am I clear or not? Yes or not? Next. 3D printing sockets for artificial limbs, my dear friends. Now the artificial limb cost, each limb costs around 50 crores. That is what initial investment cost is very high. But you will be surprised to know that this artificial limb, it can respond to mosquito bites also. Means when mosquito is biting, the limb is efficient enough to kill that mosquito, which is well interconnected to the neural signals. Clear? But we have seen the technology, rapidly it may reduce the cost may be reduced. Next. Yeah. This is contact lens for blood glucose. If you see, if your parents are diabetic, they are the most liars. Sometimes, the foods will be missing from the refrigerator. Yes or not? Rasgulla will be also missing, and they lie every time. Only for the food. Yes or not? Now this contact lens, once you wear, before you reach to the physician, the physician will know each and every day glucose parameters. Next one, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, virtual dissection table. I request all of you, please go through the Google Glass. Please write down. Google Glass, I have not included in this presentation. Google Glass, then is your, Lenskart glass. Am I clear? Lenskart glass. Lenskart is developing. Another one is Ray-Ban glasses. Not these sunglasses. Please click on Ray-Ban smart glasses. And Google smart glasses. Now people have predicted there will be no requirement of any mobile phones within 5 years. These glasses will replace mobile phones. Am I clear? So you can do everything with what the glass you wear. So probably it will replace. Right? So this is virtual dissection table means I am dissecting it. Now my normal human eye is there. Sometimes it is so small, eyes, especially eye surgeries. It is very difficult because it is the surgery is happening in micron level, right? Now it can be zoomed out, and I can take support of a physician who is sitting somewhere else. Go to the next one. Next. Yeah, robotic assistant, it is well established. Tattoos, I can, with the tattoos I can give implantable drugs. Go to the next. Yeah, sensor teeth. I was talking about, the sensor teeth will tell the food intake. Now the diabetic people, they cannot lie. Sensor teeth. Okay. Next, printed skin. My color is black. I can make it white. The printed skin is very much, established with the help of 3D printing. But what is its application now? Its application now, it will be a blessing for the burn patients. Am I clear? Usually burn patients, they survive, if the percentage of burning is less than 60. But this one will be very much useful. And another one is that for transdermal patches, these things we can use for drug testing. As I told you, we are doing it in cannibal skins, which is having no relevance. I can print a human skin, I can test on human skins. Right? Next, in silico clinical trials. I told you about virtual patient. That is in silico clinical trial. Next one is that, medical tricorder. That is, you see, this is Star Trek technology. You may say that it is not possible, but technological interventions has given us wonderful foods. Yes or not? So what they are predicting, only one equipment will be there which will predict, all human, diagnostics test. We don't need X-ray, we don't need MRI, we don't need ultrasound, we don't need any other scannings, only one type equipment will be sufficient. But let us hope for the best. Okay, next. Yeah, this is my summary. So already mentioned, the best way to be healthy is to stay healthy, right? Avoid getting sick. In addition to method for determining the best treatment, we also have means to predict not only the late stage disease development, but also some disease before they have developed, right? And this includes gene sequencing, genomic expression and all. So artificial intelligence is not replacing human medical expertise, but augmenting it, right? And the integration of AI with personalized medicine is moving healthcare away from the traditional world. Okay? Next. Okay, all these things already I have told you. So AI helps to detect and prediction of disease, and upon accurate diagnosis of a disease, prescribe the appropriate treatment for the patient. Okay? Next. Now this is your turn. If you have any queries, please ask me. If I will be able to answer, I will be happy. If I am not able to answer, I will be more happy. Yeah.
In early slide, you told plant sensors, about plant sensors to increase yield value.
Yes, yes.
All the students doing project on herbal products, and the main problem in yield, like especially for essential oils. Then how can we increase by using sensors?
That is, for example, now the sensor will tell you, for example, if it is for aromatic products, we know that in summer it is not, it will not be giving yield value. Now in winter also, so for example, considering in book what it is written, it is written that to be collected during winter, month of January to February. But geographically, what is our area? Is it that maximum winter is there in January or February? If I see Maharashtra winter, if I see Uttarakhand winter, it is totally different. We cannot follow the same month for harvesting. So my sensor will tell that yes, in this month, in this geographical condition, it is more, and that is appropriate time to collect. It's getting established. That is the most emerging field of research, I told. It is not established. That is why I am telling, in future, we never know that the people, those who are sitting here, I am having one motto, or aim in my life. Those who are listening to me, if in my lifetime, if I will be waiting for him to give an autograph, that will be the most successful day for me. Okay, thank you, very good question. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. The most awaiting slide. Yeah, if you want. Yeah. The most awaiting slide. And once again, I am very much thankful to Madam and this university. I am very much thankful to you all. So what is our slogan? I request you all, please stand up. Please stand up. The teachers can sit. It is only for the students, the teacher can sit. Yeah. So I request you all, please raise your hand with V signal. So V stands for what? Viksit Bharat. And second, I play a role, please be with me. I play a role in future to make my country to convert volume to value. in pharmaceuticals. Thank you all. Please sit down.
Let's once again give a big round of applause to respected chair. First and foremost, thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and being a part of our two-day national conference. Thank you for delivering a keynote speech on integration of AI and personalized medicine for better health. We are incredibly grateful for your insightful presentation, your expertise and engaging delivery truly captivated our audience, and we appreciate your willingness to share your knowledge and perspectives. We believe your contribution will have a lasting impact on our attendees. Thank you, sir, for making us realize the importance of spatialomics and also making us going through the highest researchers that is happening place, the top emerging technologies. And it was really very surprising to hear that instruments will really interpret our biological age. And also it will interpret that how long a patient will survive. And also thank you, sir, for making us go through the leading AI platforms, that is Tempus, Progenity, IBM, Watson Health, Path AI, and so on. And also for introducing us with the medical devices, that is the Star Trek. Thank you once again, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
May I now request our respected Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Professor Dr. Mohsin Hassan, sir, and respected Principal, Faculty of Pharmacy, Professor Dr. Trupti Sharma, ma'am, to facilitate our respected Professor Dr. Jagannath Saho, sir.
And one thing I forgot to tell in my each and every speech, I used to say that please keep smiling. Always please keep smiling. Smiling is the smallest exercise what keeps our happy hormone elevated. It's not only, to click the photo. If by smiling the photograph can be good. When I smile forever, how my life will be good. So keep smiling.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, we'll be having our online session. That is our third guest speaker will be talking to us. So, may I now request our So proceeding to our online session. May I now request Associate Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, Mrs. Pratima Ma'am, to introduce our third guest speaker. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pratima. It is an absolute honor and privilege to extend my warm welcome to our dignitary guest, Mr. Samar Ghosh sir. Today we gather here to delve into the fascinating world of innovation and gain invaluable insight on the topic what innovation to you and me. Disrupting its prevention by Mr. Ghosh sir. Mr. Ghosh sir, an alumni of Kolkata University with post-graduation in marketing management, have more than 30 years of experience in various MNC at different leadership capacities, known as architect of a lot of pharmaceutical brands in both acute care and chronic. Throughout market shaping strategy involved his in knowledge and strategic market building, strong in innovation, lead healthcare, who has made his strong mark for his unique presence in both pharma and nutraceutical segments to drive transformation agenda and reputed organizations like Sanofi, Cipla, Maglot, and Amcure. Currently leading biggest strategic domestic brand business of India, one of the most admired MNC, Cadila Pharmaceutical, Ahmedabad as joint president. He is honorary faculty of various reputed management institute, moderate of national and international healthcare conferences include Vita Foods, honored member of Export Neutralizing Advisory Council, an independent body. He architect Concord Corporation Magazine involved a lot of impulse and innovations. Today we are privileged to have Mr. Ghosh sir as a help delivered a concept of innovation and offer as clear prevention and prevalence by the sir. Please join me and give a heartfelt welcome for Mr. Ghosh sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, madam, and for this wonderful introduction about me. And I don't know, what kind of expectations all this learned audience is having at this moment. And so let me start by saying very good afternoon to all dignitaries, Dr. Tripti, and without her, I could have not been getting this privilege to come in front of you. And all the college, the BPharm, and the research associates and students, and others, my fellow friends. When couple of, I think a month back, when Principal Manu was talking to me about what kind of vision which she is having, and this national conference, how it is going to take charge of one of the very, very futuristic but compelling approach known as personalized medicine. And in fact, when today I am in the interface of academia and industry, you'll be very pleased to know that the industry is closely watching for your individual and collective contributions towards these personalized medicines, because medicine is evolving, and we, each and everybody in this room, and all of us should feel proud that we are just touching millions of patients and people every day than anybody else. And that is kind of the kick what we get it in the morning when we get up, that how much we can make a difference in the patient's life. how we can really make a difference to the people's life so that they cannot fall sick and nobody just cannot afford to have any kind of issues in terms of healthcare. So today when we look into this proactive, preventive and therapeutic approach of healthcare, this entire system is changing very, very rapidly. And then I was, requesting her that all my learned the speakers, including keynote speakers, they are going to really touch upon very, very important topics. So, how much I can contribute to this audience group on particular aspect of a subject today, which is most abused to me. So, and I'm the person, who has been an innovation lead for go-to-market, at Southern Sanofi, which one of the world's most admired pharmaceutical companies of around 48 billion euro. And we have got insight as well as a lot of lessons that what does it mean delving into the depth of this particular word. Today, innovation has been used replacing incredible, good, excellent, such kind of adjectives. But when I ask the people, mostly of the young generation and the students who are doing a lot of research, and tomorrow they are going to contribute tremendously to the industry as well as to the applied sciences, that what does it actually mean to you? Everybody, more or less, will talk about that innovation is an ideation, and that is where the problem starts and ends. Every day we have been using this word a lot, and in the product, in the process, in different ways, we have been trying to just get the things done, which is more than innovation. But what's about the definition of this particular magical word? So I feel that this would be a very important and useful topic when I just want to give back to the society through you like super intelligent and intellects. What could have been better platform, but not to spend little time on this particular subject. So I hope, after maybe 25 minutes, most of us would get a little clarity, and that is the expectation you should have out of me. And then possibly I'll be able to do a little better job what Dr. Tripti has indicated to that job. So my just previous speaker has done a wonderful job and made my job a little easier by setting the tone of how this is going to happen. Thank you, sir. And now I'll just take you through that. I request that in between, you need to ask me question. After that, you can ask the relevant question, which would be always better for the next speaker. I don't want to take out time what has been already allocated for them. So, what is it? Is my deck visible to the audience, please? Perfect. Yeah. So I need not to go through my brief profile, which has been elaborated already by the respected madam. So of course, this is my disclaimer. Always I put it, wherever I'm just going to give the presentation, and so. When we look into this innovation, it is very important that this is all about an approach, an attitude, the building the bridge to the future. I just write this particular thing is extremely futuristic, and two words would be very important for all of us, that for sustainability as well as for growth. If anything can help us, that is only going to help us to understand this particular world. So it is not just playing a test match, but it's playing a test match, but not a T20, just for analogy. And next 15-20 minutes, we are going to talk about what does it mean to you, and there are few commandments which are the guiding principles to understand what does innovation means and why innovation is a business process. So when you look into this particular word, this is a process of creating and delivering new customer value. So every time we need to look at the people and see things from their viewpoint, not your own. Most of us, we try to always look at from my viewpoint and try to just put that same problem, gain or pleasure points to the other side and work on that. How is it relevant to who are doing the research, who are doing already, there are so many works in pharmaceuticals in different fields, whether it's the pharmaceuticals or biologics or nutraceuticals. As I know that yesterday, everything was happening actually from the chemical entity. It is now coming to the biologics, and tomorrow it is getting into the cell therapeutic. So more and more we are moving the needle, more and more we are trying to understand that instead of doing collateral damage to our body, how we can make it more better approach, which is precision-driven therapy. And that is all about, you are just trying to giving up all the options and you are just treating a precision medicine with the precision diagnosis and how you would like to work for that. So always the patients and the people or the care seekers are not going to explain to you that what they do not have at this moment. And that is the moment we need to really understand a lot of insights. What does insights mean? Insight means that is a deep understanding about the pain points which influences the environment. So once we are having these insights, and that helps actually to look at the people and see things from the viewpoints. So in a nutshell, we must understand that innovation is a business affair. It is the commercialization of an idea or a process. It is not ideation. So in one good day and in the morning, you do the breakfast, you just got an idea and you feel that this is an innovation. No, it is a full business process from the ideation to the commercialization. Then only this particular word can be used in a very, very unique manner. So what it does actually, it change that unlocks new values. And by the time, once you start understanding about the importance of innovation in life and life to come, because the future is coming, are we ready? So that is what we have to really understand and prepare ourselves. Immediately, we understand that there are two different words which can confuse our mindset. One is discovery, another one is invention. So as we know that if something is already available and that is already there, so that we are uncovering that particular things. Today we would understand, okay, there is a planet known as Pluto, that is we have discovered Pluto, but it was there before. But invention is all about you are creating a new product or process which was not there. So there is a difference between discovery and invention, and once you go by the entire the proportion of Nobel Prizes in physics given for discoveries and inventions per decade, you will find out the fantastic correlations between these two things. So invention is supposed to be the creation of product and introduction of a process for the first time. So who would be a good example as an inventor? Like Thomas Edison. Okay? So innovation is what? When you are improving or making a significant contribution to something that has already been invented. So that means if Thomas Edison, being an inventor has invented something, and Steve Jobs has made some modification which has led to a significant contribution, and that's why he is extremely, legend as an innovator. So that means next word comes, what is that? Entrepreneurs. Now, in entire commercial process, you cannot just focus on innovation or you cannot just emphasize only on invention. That is not what an entrepreneur does. The entrepreneur can recognize the potential at the early stage and then get into something big. And that's why everybody sitting in the room, or we all of us, if you wish also, we cannot become an entrepreneur unless until we have that kind of elements to understand that which ripple is going to make tomorrow a big wave. And very fast, before the competitors, if we understand and work on that, and then that is how you would see the entrepreneurs most of the times, who are real entrepreneurs, not the businessmen. So I wish the difference between invention versus innovation and what does it mean for the entrepreneurs is little bit clear, but I'm pretty sure it is not very clear. I have made an sort of, so you look into Silicon Valley, that is where the entrepreneurs are there. And when going to Silicon Valley, in the downstream, you will find out a lot of innovation, incubators. They have already encouraged to do that, and that is what exactly is happening in the world. Now, explaining it with an analogy, you just close your eyes and just feel that you are just standing near a pond. So in our childhood, what we used to do, we used to just toss a pebble. Now, you have just tossed a pebble, just imagine from that point of view. Now, if invention is a pebble tossed in the pond, innovation is the rippling effect that pebble causes. And someone has to toss the pebble, that someone is the inventor. And someone has to recognize the ripple will eventually become a wave. And that's the, yeah. No, it is not changing? Okay. Yeah. So this, I was talking about, this I'm talking about, yeah? Yeah, so I'm just not making it full slide. So if it is readable, it's okay with you, correct? Yeah. So this is what I was just trying to draw an analogy. The difference between the effects. Hello. Is it? No, this is. I'm on. It is not changing there. You can see that. Okay, so I think, is it readable if I am not changing this?
Let him continue.
This is still better? Okay. So I was talking about the inventions and difference between invention and innovation and what does it mean to the entrepreneurs. So this is the analogy I had created for all of us, that I said that you just close your eye. Now the slide is changing.
Yes, yes.
Has slide changed? Yeah, correct. Yeah. So if the invention is a pebble tossed in the pond, so you are standing just in a pond side, and a childhood, what I was talking about a few minutes before, you are tossing a pebble, and that was the kind of game we used to play. Now with that particular things, I will just make you understand what is the difference between the invention, innovation, and the entrepreneurs. So if the invention is a pebble tossed in a pond, the innovation is the ripple effect that they will cause. And someone has to toss the pebble, and that's the invented. Someone has to recognize the ripple will eventually become a wave, and that's the entrepreneur. So inventions without a use or adoption are not innovation. So never ever try to create something, you have invented something in your lab or in a pilot, or so you have to see that is it scalable or not. Is it having a positive application or not? So if somebody is creating something which is not having a positive application for the mankind, it is not supposed to be an innovation. So innovation, this particular word, is extremely positive for all of us. Any negative connotation to any invention should not be used that I have done some innovative thing or this is innovative. So, and it has to have a proper adaptation and positive application. So these are the guiding principles, which usually the guys, who have done a lot of good work on innovation, they have actually taught us. Now, once you are looking into the creativity means not copying. It is like, many phenomena in science, there is no single authoritative perspective or definition. So creativity always is going to ignite thinking newness, and innovation is all about doing newness. So once you are looking into the innovation is not an ideation, it's all about the amalgamation of creativity, play, and good ideas. So 1% ideation and 90% execution. So when you do a research work or whatever you do in your incubation field, a lot of incubators are there, whether it is now in India as well as in outside, and you will always come to know that you will be in some incubators, and if it is scalable, if everything is possibilities of success, whether it's the manufacturing, whether it is different kind of feasibility tests and commercialization, then it can be done in terms of a commercial product. That actually is the process where you can always talk about innovation. So it is about action, creating what you cannot see. It's about connection, connecting to culture and humanity. It's about deviation. So not many world-class companies, they always love to deviate from the beaten path. And that is actually to forge new paths. We have to encourage that. So sometimes, we always go with some beaten paths just to take away the risks from our life. This is not correct. Innovation will never happen unless you fail and you encourage fail. So in our ideation, this is an attitude. The power of why and why not would be very important. If you look into the gentleman known as Mark Zuckerberg, that all these things we hear that, that years ago, we just didn't have the money and timing was not right. That's why we could not do that. But for innovations to happen, for ideas to come to life, there needs to be a dramatic shift in our mindset. It's a whole new discipline. One cannot just wait for the golden period and golden time where you can always think that today onwards I will start doing innovation. That today will never come. It's all about mindset. Now, this is something which I would like to tell you, that innovations are not about sort of bottom-up story. This is, innovation starts at the top. So all of you who are still studying, once you are trying to choose the organizations where you would like to work, or in the industry, or whether it is an institution, you always try to understand that who are the leaders, and do they need to create vision? They are the visionary leaders, and are they living the values? That's very important where innovation lies, because otherwise people will just to attract talents. People keep on saying that it is an innovative company, we encourage innovations, you will find out a lot of corporate values and visions in the website, but after 32 years of experience in the corporate world, one needs to be very clear about that what are they walking the talk, what they are just talking about, they are preaching, are they practicing, what kind of practice these organizations are doing. So that whenever you are just working towards that kind of things, so you need to apply also, what is in your mind. And that guiding principles will always help you to go to the right direction. So to make higher up listen bottoms up initiative is very, very important, and it has to be very formal. The organizations, the world-class organizations will say that so many good multinational companies like our Cadila Pharmaceuticals and Cipla and this Sun, the Coredis, these kind of companies, I'm not saying I'm not taking name, that does not mean they are not doing, but I'm just taking few of the classic companies who have ingrained the ideas about how to really give the right respect of the world of known as innovation. It starts at the top. Starts with the visionary leadership. Starts with the detailed work they have been doing. Starts with they are uncompromised with what kind of details they ask for. So entire the gamut, entire pack of rules, entire the ecosystem works on that same line. And that is the thing that is the DNA, that is the unique fingerprint every organization believes in, and they go for success. So once you are looking into that, so it's very important that innovation can happen everywhere. Anyone can do it, but not everyone is good at it. Try to understand, there is a twist here. I mean, innovation, yes, it is not a particular, you need to have a particular degree, or you need to have particular expertise, just a formal expertise. No, anybody, it is open to everybody. So you will find out a lot of frugal innovations are happening. It doesn't cost much, but people are just jugaru, when we talk about that is also part of frugal innovations. But everyone is not good at that. Unless until you are having the attitude, unless until you are having a proper understanding about end-to-end value chain, what just previous speaker was also talking about, that is what the central dogma of creating and then going ahead with this particular, very important complex known as innovation. There is an inherent conflict between innovation and ongoing operations. So always, you try to do something new, and you will be doing so much of firefighting with your current works. Most of the times, it is impossible to really attract, in terms of talents, in terms of attention. Everybody will be busy in their own career and KPIs to manage day by day. But it's not easy actually. The step by step, project by project, innovation has to take it forward. It's never been easy. Everybody talks about innovation, but very, very few organizations and institutions can really relate into a right way, because it is possible. But possible to understand the inherent conflict between innovations and ongoing operations and create an ecosystem to encourage from the top in a formal way. So, humility, the integrations with real-time operations will be important. To defining your measure of success is extremely important. Small ideas need room and time to grow. Sometimes, our thoughts or beautiful thoughts, our ideas just get washed out because maybe it is coming from not so important, person who is having current designations in the management category, or maybe he or she is not that kind of vocal, could not present it well, but the idea was good. So a leader has to really recognize and notice that any idea, you need to have a lot of stupidity to create intellectual property. So you just draw an analogy with your tablet or capsule. So API will be 500 mg or 10 mg or 5 mg based on the strength. But there are excipients which are actually holding this API in a right way, in a nice way, so that it can go from manufacturing to the end users, and through the kinetics and dynamics, it is getting for what it was designed. So that excipients are equally important to hold that thing. So similarly, the small ideas that need room, an organization, an institute, and who are the mentors, who are the seniors, they need to give that room, the guys who are really understanding that. In before slide I said about, anybody can bring ideas, but everyone is not good at that. Those people who are good at that, we need to recognize them early. And we need to really make sure that they are just getting encouraged. And we need to keep on, while they're stopping, I need to keep on encouraging them to start from there. It's giving a baton to someone, and that's why innovation is in sync. Once you are emerging into a particular system or organization, then it becomes very, very important aspect for the growth too of the organization. And today, trust me, the organizations are not being valued by what kind of turnover they are doing. Organizations are being valued to market capitalization is being assessed based on what kind of your the innovations, your product pipeline, and how is it going to really match to the futuristic path. So that's becoming important. And where this is the one area where the artificial intelligence and human have to work together. Artificial intelligence cannot really predict what is going to happen after 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, 30 years. It can give you some data. You can do some churning out and just understand what kind of ballpark figure you can reach out. But who is going to do that? The human behind the machine is going to moderate and calibrate and work on that. And that is exactly where the health tech, where the human resource would be more and more important, where the AI is going to enable it. AI will never replace human from that point of view. So take a note of that. So targeted, customized, relevant, not to be original. So just because it works for Google does not mean it will work for you. So that's why the innovation, whenever you are trying to work out, if today you are in academia, so you are working on certain topics, you are working on some gray areas, some white space to create something. Now, if you join an organization where whatever you have worked is not going to, or they do not believe into that, it is not going to be useful for them. Today, we do not recognize the knowledge at this moment, because knowledge is always in your smartphone. You have to just prompt, you have to understand that how to prompt to get that knowledge. It's all about talent. We are recognizing talents. If somebody can adapt, because today what knowledge you and me are having, because of disruptions, because of the time, the change that what is going to be abolished, and the new what is coming is disruption. Now, once the disruption is happening, who is immediately bringing that rescue kick with that adaptability, early adaptation, fast adaptation, meaningful adaptation. So, cannot say that I am good into this action and like that I was going in my career for next 10 years, 20 years. It might happen in another 2 years time. It is no more relevant what you have learned for the last 10 years. So today there is no scope for you to get frustrated. Only the attitude has to be there that how I can adapt that. That particular learning is extremely important for each and everybody in Gen Z as well as in millennial who are there. Even today I also read every day. Today I also relearn a lot of things and relearn because it is a must accompanying choice for us actually as a survival team. So we cannot just create something and try to fit it into somewhere else. You can take an Excel sheet and paste in the Word file. How does it look like? So you cannot do that. We need to really work where it fits. So that's very important. That's why the talent is very important in today's life. Not what we have learned so far. Every day this learning is changing and every day the goalpost is changing, disruptions are happening, but the adaptability, army adaptation, that's why in army there are 3 adapts. One is first is whatever is coming from the hierarchy, they first adapt without much taking time that why I should adapt. They are expected to adapt. And then they have to internalize this adaptation that they are adopting. So the next hierarchy, when they talk about, it is known as adoption, not adoption. That my boss said, that's why I am just telling you. No, this is what I understood and I feel this is going to work like this. So you internalize and then you work on that. And then adapt. You become efficient what you say about that. So adapt, adopt and adapt. These are the 3 very important terminology I heard from one of the very, very great legend in army. That is what that makes this entire communication channel without having any kind of Chinese whisper. So more on that last point which I talked about, the innovation which fits, you need to recognize and respect that don't let your environment define your strategy. Create a strategy that defines your environment. This holds good in research and development, this holds good in project management, this holds good in NPD. You do anything, everything, these lines would be extremely important when you are thinking about what next for me. Sometimes we get drilled, we can't fit ourselves into that. So understanding there is a purpose, what I am doing, I need to really look into if I am just doing some research work for that one, I need to be pretty sure that next 10 years, for example, in our field, that initially the lot of this diarrhea recently, when monsoon is coming, and we will have a lot of this pyrexia origin, the fever, the typhoid, all these things which happen, which are mainly waterborne diseases. Now, last almost 2 decades, it has come down drastically and it is just getting into the NCDs, these non-communicable diseases. And once you look into these non-communicable diseases, that means you are talking about diabetes, you are talking about cardiovascular disease, you are talking about all these immunological problems, hormonal problems, because of the sedentary lifestyle or all kinds of this the stress and strain. You are in a controlled environment, so that controlled environment is dictating terms and conditions with the physiology, and that is why this kind of illness is happening. So that disturbed physiology, it has to be understood very well, and based on that, if we are bringing that, what is conventional treatment regimen and what is required by the healthcare practitioners as well as healthcare professionals, if I can provide that particular things. The small piece in that mural will be fantastic to create collage. So we need to create a strategy that defines the environment. Now, always remember, whatever you do, it's consumer. Today, I am also a consumer for a particular product. It's not somebody else. If I can only promote or create a product which I feel my pregnant wife, my son, my daughter, my aged parents, I can endorse. That would be very, very important ethical point, we need to keep that thing, that customer is not always right. Whatever, if you just go and create a questionnaire and ask a lot of questions, that they may not come up with what it is resonating with you. But they do sit at the heart of all innovation. So that's why extremely important in India also. I'm very happy. People are doing a lot of research work that what, why and why not, where to play and how to win. What kind of research work is happening. Today if you look into CAR-T therapy or the all cell and genomics, CRISPR, all these things are coming, and today Indian lot many collaborative people are working in nanotechnology, people are working awesome thing, the NABDS Novel Drug Delivery Systems, they are working as good as what UK and EU and as well as US are doing, even Japan is doing. Indian, like all the talents have understood with a collaborative and cross-pollinated mind that what is next coming and am I able to give that kind of offerings in the right way. So, and they are going immediately that to the customers, to the end users, because they do sit at the heart of all innovations. If you do in the AC chamber, if you do just taking some collaborative articles in published journals and just understand that this is I am supposed to do and I am doing, I think that will be by the time you will bring the innovation, it will be not figured out. Because time changes the definition and past essence is the time. Finally, speed is the mission critical because time changes definition. Whatever the project you are working for, if next 5 years time it is still relevant or next 10 years time it is still relevant, and otherwise the course corrections will be very much required. Because without speed, nothing gets worked. And in innovation, I always feel this is my most favorite slide when I present it. Speed is mission critical. So you have to fail early, fail fast, fail inexpensive. Encourage failure. Never ever create shortcut or create conflict with anybody. If you are going to be a good leader, if you recognize that if we have to fail, first we have to encourage deviation in innovation, then only things will happen. How we can deviate, and there is no fear of failure, there is no fear of falling short. People let them do, because a lot of stupid works will happen, and then after that the jewel and gem will come out. This is what has happened across, and it is not going to be deviated from that. You do not know what is the fate and fortune. Out of 20, in ANDA, if you are talking about, you look into this history. Out of maybe 200 new products have come, and after that, only 10 is getting success in terms of scalability and feasibility. And out of 10, when it is getting marketed, it is giving an incremental benefit of 10% at the cost of only what we call as 500% more. Patient may not accept that particular product. So fail early, fail fast, fail expensively. And that is what we have to continuously understand and do it in all our institutions and work on that. So I will just come to that particular point that this is something which is very important for all of you, all the multinational companies, they work on this aspect. That what exactly I was telling. A lot of ideas will get into a concept. Concepts will get into feasibility. Feasibility in turn will get developed and then registered for launch. This is how the gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, there are 3 different processes in industry. The very big companies they follow, otherwise still in India, 99% companies have not even instituted this kind of things. So once we look into this slide will be very important for those who would like to get into the industry in the innovation center or incubators. So you generate ideas. When you generate ideas based on customer insights at every level, competitive intelligence, what other research products are doing and what other research people are doing, and then category what is the strategy, you identify the gap, innovation in factories, assess ideas potential and differential. So when you do idea, it is a scalar, it is not vector. So it does not have any direction. You can put all stupid ideas into that. Because these are all coming from the consumers. They do not say about what they need, but you have interpreted with a deep understanding that possibly these kind of things are required tomorrow. So ideation will be not vector, it is scalar. All things you can put into the idea box. And from the idea box, now you make it the directionally correct, which will fit to the operation of that particular group to further assess the market potential, scalability, develop product concept, and evaluate high level of project feasibility. Whether it's a medical, whether it's a regulatory, whether it's a development, whether it's a financial, all these things we have. There the gate one comes. And this is an automation, it is there in the project management, that you need to work in coordinations with this project management. We'll really talk about this gate one. Once it is passed through gate one, then it comes to concept of feasibility. You assess feasibility, the point of success estimation and interest, then the product prototype, and that is what you have been continuously listening, that the proof of of what you are developing. That's important. What you are doing, and for any VC or any PE firm, and with your product and trying to show, first you have to showcase that proof and with the documentation and evidence. So up to that feasibility you need to work, and then only you can pitch for that. If you really want to attract the investors into your project. Define market, whether it is international or internal market, define make strategy. Who is going to do that? What kind of brochure you want to make it? And development roadmap. Get the sourcing case approved. That is gate 2. And then develop the product, the medical studies, or the bioequivalence and others. Then preparation of products and sourcing capabilities and packaging design communication. That is the gate 3. And then you get into the marketing approval for registrations, or without registration, that also can happen if it is OS. And the launch approval. So once you look at who is going to work on which level, that is important. And innovation is all about starting from ideation to registration. Innovation is not to be applied if you are only working in concept, you are only working in idea, you are working in feasibility. No, it's a value chain. You are unlocking customer value right from ideation to the registration. So that's why now you understand why when I begin with the first slide, that it's a business whole commercial process. Innovation is not ideation. It is a whole gamut of commercial process right from ideation and to the registrations of the product or services. So once you are looking into this kind of thing, so that's why I shown you this particular slide, this idea to concept to feasibility, develop, register. This is how a multinational company they work for actually. So like 55 ideas, 12 concepts to work on. Now out of that, only 6 concepts in gate 1, 5 in gate 2, 4 gate launch. And then you are giving to the marketing guys, to launch this product. So this is the innovation center people, the innovation lead, they work on this. For example, you need to really get prepared with the Microsoft projects, and you need to have against the timelines. There are so many people are working actually, right from your industrial affairs, R&D, regulatory, medical, marketing, sales, and finance, the compliance. Everybody is working on the same thing. So how you are going to move so that the project management person is going to take from you the details and continuously work on that. So when you look into that, for example, at Sanofi or MSD or GSK or Pfizer, and this kind of products pipelines are there. This kind of products are already, phase 3 or phase 4 clinical trials already approved. This is based on what I am showing you this. How do they predict? Because it's a huge job. Huge scalability, they work on this type of projects. And tomorrow, definitely you guys will be working on the same thing. So when you look into the product innovation, it is not just about a good product. It's about what you see is what you get it. And you need to really put the ingredient story and bringing it alive. So I always tell about the ideas, from the Victor Hugo. I like this particular statement: all the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. And inventiveness is the best way to predict the future is to invent it. What is innovation? The innovation is a compelling choice. There is no alternative in today's life. It's this distinguishes between the leader and the follower. You can be a copycat. You don't copy when you talk about innovation. And that totally distinguishes from a leader and followers. And what does scaling means? Scaling does not mean it's going to be distributed and scaling. Scaling is something different where the future is here. So scaling for everything. Whereas whether you talk about from R&D, from the aviation, when I show to the concept, from concept to when it's come to feasibility, that is exactly what is scaling. And everywhere there is a cost. How much cost is going to get into dustbin, and how much the cost is going to be accepted by the consumer. Everything needs to be dealt in the same time. You need to have a full umbrella of understanding. So the guy who is working actually in R&D in one corner of very 300 kilometers far away from corporate office or 3,000 kilometers from corporate office, that gentleman is also eagerly interested that how is it going to happen in the market dynamics, what are the macro and micro dynamics are working actually, what are the regulatory things are changing, how am I going to really get relevant to tomorrow's market. So those days have gone that you become independent and work. Today all game plans are about interdependence. More we are interdependent, more we break the silos, more we are collaborative, and we do cross-pollination things because the condition has become so complex. There is no linear relationship between cause and effect. There are so many micro-environments are playing with that. That's why when we go immediately from academia to industry, we sometimes feel that all of a sudden we are into chaotic situations. So many people, so many departments, so many directions people are working. It is not so. In our nature, it is as good as my nature. Nature looks chaotic, but there is a discipline. If we understand the guiding principles of that discipline. So collaborative is none of us as smart as all of us. You have to break the silo everywhere. You should know that what your friends are doing, your colleagues are doing, your boss is doing, or your guide is doing, your mentors are doing. They have to come. You cannot just you cannot just keep quiet and work. Those days are gone. The cross-pollination, collaboration, breaking the silos, to me, today I can tell you, that the biggest part of my success so far. And results of the advice is judged by results. Means I have good ideas, I have good intentions, those things measure the impact. Everything you have to be in the right side of the result. If there is no result, nobody is going to hear me. If I am not successful by result, nobody is going to hear my advice. Only people will listen to the successful people. So always remember, it's a brutal fact that bring result on table when you are in industry, bring result in every place, where even if it is an NGO, whether it's a research institute, today they might give you a scholarship, but they also are having a cost, a point. They would like to see that how is it going to make it scalable, and how much out of 10 projects, if one also getting success, how much they are going to get back what they have already invested on. So nobody spent money, everybody invests. So that's why we need to be very careful about the results. The result is in somebody's hand, no way. The result is in my hand. About my KRA, what am I going to give it in particular time period? If those things are there, I'm pretty sure that you have enough talent. In India, it's a pool of talents. Only where we sometimes lag behind when you move from academia to industry. These three things, you are having x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So one is time is the essence. Another one is, how am I going to be adaptable? Very fast you have to adapt. And third point is the cost. These three things always in your mind, you keep it. I think your probability of success, whether you are in the industry or institution, it will be much better than what otherwise it would look like. I wish all you very best and thank you so much for questions today. I think I have exceeded my time. I'm sorry for other speakers, so this is a very favorite subject for me. So I think I'm more with from 10 minutes.
Thank you so much, respected Samarbosh sir, for your keynote talk on innovation. What does it mean to you and me? Decluttering its perspective. We are immensely grateful for your online presentation and for enriching our event with your expertise. We hope to have the opportunity to collaborate with you again in the future. Once again, thank you sir for your time and valuable contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you sir. Okay, so we are coming to the closure of our first half session of the conference. I'm sure learning doesn't have to stop once the session concludes. Many ideas spark through casual conversations. We now have a lunch break. Please take this opportunity to relax and interact with your peers and speakers. We'll reconvene shortly for the next session, where we'll be having our valedictory function. So please be back after your lunch. Thank you. Kindly note, you have to be here after 2 p.m.